This is Final Voice Show, your favorite show on Final Voice TV. We look at issues affecting countries or economies and see how we can solve these issues. We look at issues affecting humanity and see how we all solve these issues in our society. Today we look at how the NPP intends breaking the 8. What can the NPP do to break the 8 as they claim? We talk about the Alan Bawumia factor in NPP, who becomes the next flag bearer of NPP, who is to lead the Osno or the Elephant Party in Ghana. We talk about the Rollins factor. Is there any legacy for the NDC to use to win elections in Ghana anymore? Let the blood flow. Was it relevant, or is it still relevant in our tradition or history? Have we been able to wipe out corruption as a people of a nation? This is Final Voice. I'll be going for a break. When I return, we look at these issues. Final Voice, your voice matters. So I am back, and we're looking at the NPP. What can the NPP do to break the 8? We'll talk about the Alan factor later, Alan Bawumia factor. And we look at the NDC and their options. What could make the NDC win elections in Ghana? Can the NDC depend on the Rawlings legacies and win elections in Ghana? So welcome to the show. Your name first, sir?
My name is George Opoku.
Oh, Mr. Opoku, you're welcome to Final Voice TV.
Thank you.
We are very happy to be speaking to you today.
Thank you so much, Mother.
Yeah. So let's take the issues one by one. Does the NPP know you, or who are you in NPP? And which way should the youth go?
Okay. Thank you so much for visiting me today to ask of my views on issues confronting the nation Ghana and the world as a whole. We are all living in this world, and what affects one country affects the other country. I would like to extend my greetings to your viewers and everybody watching us. I would rather like to tell you or say, try to subscribe to this channel and you'll be a blessing. If you want to know if the NPP knows me, the NPP is a very large family, big family, right away from Friesen to the national, the branch, and then the area where I come from, and then the whole country, Ghana as a whole. I quite remember when Nana Addo, Nana Addo came to Germany, 2015. It was when he was vying for the.
That was a year before the 2016 elections.
Yes, that was a year before the 2016 elections. He came to visit Germany, and I was his personal bodyguard.
So
yes, yes, we went to Düsseldorf to welcome him, and we did our best to make him know that really he has supporters and who are really prepared to do whatever we can so that he will win the elections. And Delhi, he won the elections.
Yeah. What about home? You only talk about Germany. Do the people of Ghana know you, your party, your constituency?
Okay, that's quite true. You've asked a very interesting question. Normally, there are certain things if you say people might be thinking you want to boast of. But I'm not somebody who boasts of. I just want to say the fact. The NPP know me so much back home. I'm from Ejuso. Before it was Ejuso Dramani constituency, but now it is Ejuso constituency. It has been separated from Dramani. And before it was former honorable MP Osei Ejeyi. Before he honorable former MP Osu Ediomi came to to the scene. And on 2 occasions that he was the MP, anytime there is elections, he himself is aware. I go to Ghana with my own logistic support for the NPP at Ejuso. I quite remember even there was a time we went to a place called Bawumia and they were asking for some support, and I have to relieve him because anywhere he goes, I could see the man was giving envelopes everywhere. And so at the time I found out that no, he needs to be supported.
Yeah, so you are a staunch member of the NPP.
Yes.
Yeah, and you go to Ghana with your support in terms of finance and logistics.
I buy my ticket, I go with my sweat, my energy, my resources. I go around to check the elections. You know, when elections are going on, you need people who love the party from the depth of their heart, so that they will be going around to see if there is order anywhere. And during even Honorable MP John Kuma's time,
the incumbent,
yeah. Last year when I went to Ghana, I even went to visit him at the Parliament House for some discussion. And we went to help him. I and my brothers. I have another brother in America. His name is Chief Kwaku.
Chief Kwaku
yes,
in America.
Yes, and my senior brother is in Hamburg. He's Mr Opoku, the Hamburg NPP chairperson. Now he has taken my place when I was a financial secretary. Now he is the financial secretary.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so back home they know us very well. We do it out of free will. Nobody gives us anything. We don't ask for anything. So
it's just for the support.
Yes,
for a party.
Yeah, because for me, it could be anybody, but not former President Mahama.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's look at the NPP breaking the 8. You think the youth will support the NPP this time round? Have you achieved so much as a party to win the heart of the voters in Ghana?
You know, my brother, it depends on the voters, you understand? But there are some areas they have to really look at. And they have to compare. Just like before when we compare East and West Germany. Do you understand? You can never compare the NDC to the NPP. No way. Because the NDC has never implemented any social intervention. Not a single social intervention. You can name it. Look at the number of social interventions that Akuffo brought. A lot. And then our president, Nana Addo Akuffo himself. So many of them, free education, nurses allowance. When former President Mahama was the president, he cancelled the nurses training allowance, teachers training allowance, and even there were some times some teachers worked for about 2 to 3 years. They were not paid. They were only given, I think, 2 or 3 months salary. So these are facts. I'm not trying to tarnish their reputation. I'm not trying to destroy them. It's a fact, an open fact that everybody knows. This is not a fallacy. I'm saying the fact, what I know about Ghana, because I know a lot about Ghana. I used to visit Ghana, so I know what is going on in Ghana. Mahama himself, if he is the only person who has to stand or as a flag bearer for the NDC, then I think NDC should forget about the elections.
Yeah, that is your view. And many Ghanaians believe that the NPP party, the ruling party, has borrowed so much, and much is expected of the NPP. And Ghanaians can't see any achievement as we speak now.
Because they don't want to see. If you want to see, you can see. There is a lot. I remember when I was a young guy, my brother in Hamburg and myself, we joined our mother to Takoradi. We took the sleeper from Kumasi to Takoradi. there are a lot of you young guys who have never seen train moving in Ghana before. I don't know if you have seen it in your...
It's been a while. It's been a long
You
time.
understand? And now Nana Addo Akuffo is reviving this railway line from so many areas. I don't really have the list there. If I knew that you were coming to interview me, I would have made my research so that I will be able to put it clear. You understand? The man, the president, is doing so much. He's doing so much. Look at the interchanges, Tamale Airport, even the Kumasi Phase 2 airport. Former President Mahama used 29 million. When I went there, it was like a kitchen for a school. But now go and see what Nana Addo has done. He's done a lot for the country. But you know, people will see when he's no more there. Because that is how we are. When you are at the realm or when you are in position, people don't really know or see what you've done. You know, when former President Akuffo was in power, they didn't really praise him too much. But now, whatever everybody says, anytime they say, Akuffo time, you understand? But they never praised him when he was on power.
Yeah.
So I think the same thing is going to happen to Nana Addo Akuffo.
Yeah, if you're watching us now, what you can do is to go beyond watching and leave a comment in the comment section. He is an NPP member. You could be a CPP or NDC member. It doesn't matter. You can come out with a counter, or you can also argue. Just leave a comment in the comment section as he speaks or as you watch this show. So you believe in your heart that the NPP will break the 8 because of they paying the teachers allowance or nursing college allowance?
Not only that. You know, if you want to build a house and you begin with a foundation, you have to continue with the foundation. But whenever the NPP is in power and they begin with projects and a lot of social interventions, at the end, when the NDC come, they just, instead of even continuing the foundation, they don't continue, but even come and wreck the foundation. This is very sad. And as I said, you can never compare NDC to NPP.
So, Ghanaians are still experiencing doomsday. But Mahama and the NDC claim they solved the problem of doomsday. We all heard President Mahama speaking in Parliament that I will fix it, and he really fixed it. And Vice President Bawumia really admitted on Joy News or Joy FM that yes, that problem has been fixed.
Fixed by Mahama before you...
That is what the NDC claims.
Are you a Ghanaian?
I'm a Ghanaian.
And do you have these facts?
And the Vice President is on record to have said that yes.
I'm here to say it because I was, you know, the doomsday, the time of the doomsday, you know, the problems that it created for Ghanaians. People lost their lives. A lot of problem. And if somebody tells me Mahama was able to solve doomsday before he left power, then that person is not a true Ghanaian because he never solved doomsday. Even free education, he said he brought it. But you are all aware that they were marching in the streets of Kumasi, Accra, and all over the country that free education 419, free education for, and now they are claiming they brought it. Okay. So how can you trust such people? I mean, sometimes it beats my imagination. I mean, I can't get it because this is broad day robbery. We all attest to these facts, and they are facts. I'm not just talking from nowhere. I know what I'm talking about. So nobody can convince me that Mahama is the person who solved doomsday.
Yes, I'm listening. Ghanaians are watching you. Ghanaians have a different perspective. Their views are different. Just watch the immediate past elections where the NPP had few members of parliament in the parliament house. I mean, the number for the first time in history. It's like some kind of a hung parliament. It was all because of performance of the NPP. Ghanaians see things different from how you see it. You believe the NPP will still break the 8?
Yes, I believe that the NPP will break the 8. The last elections that you are talking of, I see that one on the part of the MPs, they were so complacent. Complacency took a lot of role because they knew because of the free SHS that Nana Addo has introduced, everything was on a silver platter. They are going to win. That was what really brought them down. But this time, they have learned their lessons. And there was a lot of money that the NDC pushed into the system. Yeah, they gave a lot of money to these people. We know there are some places, even if you give somebody 5 cedis, he will vote for you. 10 cedis, they will vote for you. And I remember even my own brother, Hobson Adoye, yeah, when he was trying to get hold of Katamanso, yes, as the MP, you know, he did a lot, having a lot of workshop and all these things, but at the end he lost. So that's where he realized his mistake, and later he said next time he's not going to, you know, he's not going to sit down like that, and because he has seen what really brought him down. You understand? So if the MPP will stop the apathy and the complacency, I think, and the Metuni Macau and come together as one party to unite, I think they will break the 8. And also, we have the free SHS, which is helping everybody in the country. If I remember the NDC were trying to demonstrate that they don't even want it, free education 419. They marched through the street of both Accra, Kumasi, and so many towns, demonstrating against the free SHS because for them it's a scam. You do understand? And now it has come to stay. So, you know, he's even saying he brought it. Yeah. Former President Mahama is trying to say that even it was in his books,
Manifesto.
In his manifesto, yes, that he brought it. But they were demonstrating, they were making a lot of noise that it's not good. Ghana is not don't have the money to support this because the logistic is too big to hold the free SHS. And MPP also brought the NAPCO. During former President Mahama's time, that's where we had unemployment graduates. Yes. When Nana Addo Akuffo came and then he absorbed them in this NAPCO. I think you are aware of that.
But as we speak, unemployment is still high in Ghana.
Yes.
Corruption issues.
But corruption under Mahama's watch was unprecedented. You cannot compare corruption under Mahama's time and this time. That is where Nana Addo falls short now. Let me say it, I have to be plain. Because people were expecting that when Nana Addo Akuffo comes, because of the way he promised Ghanaians, he is coming to make sure that anybody who has gotten hold of the country's money is going to be dealt with. But I have not seen it. I'm an MPP, but this is where I think Nana Addo has a problem.
You think they are being complacent?
That one I have said it already, but I don't know what is holding them not to take those people into book. And even those who have been booked already. I mean, the cases, I don't know what is hanging. There are so many cases before Nana Addo came to power. Although you might say that he is not a judge, he is not the special prosecutor, but he has the say. You understand? So I think, and don't forget about Dumso alone. Dumso took us back over 4 years, and people lost their lives.
You said that in your earlier submission.
Yes. So this is the way I see things. This is my submission. This is my contribution. If somebody is doesn't agree with me, well, it's up to him. But that is what I know and what I can say as of now.
If you're watching us now, you can come out with your counter argument. Just leave your comment in the comment section. You may agree with him or not. Just leave your comment in the comment section. And this is what we do on Final Voice. We allow people to speak and come out with their facts, and allow you to also come out with your own argument or facts. He believes in NPP, and he believes the NPP can break the 8. Your argument or your view may be different from what he says or what he sees. This is Final Voice TV. I'm going for a break. When I return, we look at the Alan Bawumia factor in NPP. Is Rollins' legacy relevant in NDC? Or can the legacy help the NDC win elections? Is the name J.J. Rollins important in our body politics anymore? Let the blood flow. Do you know any history behind this "let the blood flow" phrase or sentence? This is Final Voice. Just leave a comment in the comment section. I am with Mr. George, NPP Frison's organizer, and he believes that the NPP can break the 8. Not so new, or this is no news, but what can the NPP do? Or what do you think will affect the NPP so much, if not checked? Then we talk about the Alan Bawumia factor. It seems Ken was not in the race, but he's been popular now. He's so popular now in Ghana. What could make the NPP lose? Or what could make the NPP break the 8?
Okay, thank you so much once more. And this is a very critical question. This is a question that you have to answer with knowledge. You cannot just open your mouth and say anything. You have to talk with sense.
Some kind of sense, yeah?
Yes. You know, when NPP is in opposition, the approach of the party gurus to their members, you know, or the party members or the grassroots is quite different from when they gain power. I don't want to say too much about that, but it is a cycle among the NPP, and everybody knows of it. If they could change that, it will help us a lot.
Some kind of a culture.
Yes. You even have a friend or even a schoolmate whom you will try to help during the time of elections, you know, understand, yes. But as soon as they get hold on the power, they forget about you. They will even change their number. And you might call them on several occasions, they will not even respond.
So this will make the NPP lose the elections, if not check.
This is something that they have to check. This is something that I have experienced it myself. I personally don't need anything from anybody. Just hi, hello. There are some people I have helped to become MCEs, and you understand. But as soon as they get to the power, they don't remember you anymore. And it is very serious. It's very painful. I don't need anything from anyone. Just to say hello, or even one time, just come to my house and visit me, or I can call you. We just meet together. Do you understand? We climb a hill all the time. Everybody wants to meet, some honorable people. Yeah. So if we make you honorable, and at the end, you just look down upon us, that is where it's going to cause some trouble. Another thing we have to take care of is...
Before you come in, Just look at the parliament. I see some kind of a hung parliament with the numbers. Do you sense some kind of apathy, voter apathy in the coming elections?
No, this is something the NPP, they were so
confident of.
Yes, thank you for assisting me. And there is a word, living so many years in Germany, sometimes I miss my vocabs. They were
like complacency.
They were complacent. They were too complacent. So they didn't work well. And the way the NDC do their things, they will not even campaign. Because if you look at the way they were campaigning 2 years ago, Mahama will go to some place and you will not even see anybody. But look at the surprise they gave to NPP. Because they know how to win elections. They know how to win or to get hold of the people. They don't talk too much, but they do things with action and go underground. One thing that I will advise the NPP is, if they want to win, they have to first go to the rural areas or look at places where the people really, excuse my word, are poor. Because there was a time I went to Dumasi. I met Honorable Bamba, and he told me if somebody in Dumasi gets 5 cities, he will vote for you.
It tells you the kind of poverty in the abject poverty. It's so endemic in the place.
And believe me, he was soliciting funds from us, and we have already given him some money, and so we couldn't assist him anymore, and he lost.
All right, let me place this on record. We are not denigrating the people of Ejura. We are just talking about issues as they may appear in Ghana. It may not be Ejura alone, not only in Ejura, but elsewhere in Ghana. If you have some 5 cities or kerosene or salt, you can win the votes. So the people of Ejura should not take his.
This is something which everybody knows. Even recently, the last elections, my own brother and friend, Hopsin Adoye, he did a lot for Katamanso people. Katamanso. He did a lot. He was going everywhere, campaigning, giving them this and that. At the end, his opponent just went to give the people money, and he lost.
All right. So what else do you think the NPP must check in order to break the 8?
Their communicators. Their communicators should sell the good work the government is doing, Nana Addo is doing. Even the railway system. There are some young Ghanaians who have never seen train in their life before. I'm 60 years now. When I was young, my mother took me to Takoradi. We took sleeper from Kumasi to Takoradi. We slept in the train. I and my elder brother in Hamburg and my mother. We went to visit the family, the Kakare family in Takoradi. We took sleeper. Even those days we say Abedjimimre. Now that we said, oh, now we are but we don't even have train to travel.
So you're talking about infrastructure?
No doubt, my brother, no doubt.
So apart from they making sure the grassroots also enjoy, and they having some kind of good communication, what else can they look at as a party?
Yeah, sometimes the gurus feel so arrogant.
You sense some kind of arrogance among the gurus.
Yes.
Not everybody in NPP, but some.
I say some of them.
Few of them.
Recently, I noticed or I saw something which really gave me good morale about one of the MPs, and I really have to put it on record. Most of the MPs, if not all of them, have to mimic the MP from Kwadaso.
They have to mimic the MP from Kwadaso, the NPP MP.
Yes. Kingsley Nyako. Dr. Kingsley Nyako.
Dr. Kingsley Nyako.
Yes.
This is so great for you.
Dr. Kingsley.
Some good news coming to your way from Germany.
Yes.
That you are the best performing MP in his opinion.
Yes. You know, they have to go down to the grassroots. They have to go to the people, ask of their problems, explain things to them, what is going on, why the condition or the situation is like this at the moment. And then the people, even if they have encounter with you, that one alone, you know, because some of the people will even say, I don't even know my MP. I've not seen my MP before. You know, they only do that during the time of election. Then they will even go, some of them will even enter houses and then take the warmer and pound fufu with the people, fry yam and do everything. But after elections, you won't see them anymore. But I think it's very good what Dr. Nyakun has really set forth. This is a very good example, and I want to admonish the other MPs to follow suit.
So the Alan Bawumia factor, you would like to talk about that?
You want to pull my legs?
I'm not pulling your legs. It's your party. It's your party in power. And you have people aspiring to lead the party. And we're talking about MPP breaking the 8. So we cannot leave that out. The Alan Bawumia AKB factor.
You know, I have said something about Bawumia because of the economic
mismanagement,
and which is not mismanagement, which is not performance.
That is what Ghanaians are saying.
It's not being mismanaged. It is not
that $60 rate.
Yes,
but unemployment
but
rate.
That is not mismanagement. You know what? Something is
doing so is still happening.
Oh, just once a while. Just once a while. I was in Ghana.
Nurses are crying on television for not being paid.
That one, I have to find out.
Because you convinced Ghanaians that you want to win power and help Ghanaians. But the very problem that Ghanaians saw and voted against the NDC is still being seen. I mean, they are still...
One thing that I've seen that people voted for Nana Addo, which I have not really witnessed of late, is accountability and probity. Yes, thank you. You understand? Because that was what really Ghanaians looked up and voted for Nana Addo. But since he came...
You think Nana Addo should really check probity and accountability?
I mean, that one he shows for...
But he has appointed a special prosecutor.
Yeah, but they don't blame the special prosecutor.
They blame the president.
They blame the president. Because if you are a class captain, I quite remember when I was in school when our room was untidy. The school prefect entered the house and the classroom and said, "Why is your room not so tidy? Where is the class captain?" And I was the class captain at Chumbuako Secondary School. And the knock he gave me, I can never forget up to now. You understand? So if you are the apex of some group, you bear the consequences, or you bear
that is what we call the vicarious liability.
That's right.
Once you are the leader
head, yes,
or the head,
everybody blames you.
Yeah.
So if you think the person you have appointed is not performing, you just kick him off and then replace him. That's why, you know, even we people from in the NPP, we are always crying that we need a reshuffle.
That is why accounts used to say this one. Yeah, this one, not the Jawa. Yeah, the Jawa. Yeah, the Jawa.
I will say a better tree. Don't diminish me.
No problem.
Yeah.
That is why we get close to you, the elderly people in the society. Yeah, the Jawa. Yeah. So you should be responsible for anything.
Yes.
And you believe that appointing a special prosecutor alone may not help the NPP to win the upcoming elections. The real fight should be done by the president, the ministers, and the appointees. So, the Alan Bawumia factor.
You still want me to go back to this?
One of them, and okay. let me go to direct minister.
Let me be open. Even my dear friend is also part of. He said he also wants to be part of Agyapong.
Yeah, Agyapong is in the race.
He said he's also going to contest.
And Kum Chacha, not in MPP, but Kum Chacha too might come as a party candidate.
You know,
not MPP party.
Ghanaians are dynamic people. Sometimes they don't look at your personality. They have their own way of voting. At the moment, Ghanaians or the whole Africa is looking up to Kigali.
Paul Kagame.
Yeah, Paul Kagame. Yeah.
Of Rwanda.
Of Rwanda. His style of governance, has been something to reckon with. And everybody is talking about it. And that is where I think Ken has a chance. Because Ghanaians are business-oriented people. About 70% of Ghanaians are doing business. And most of our businesses are coming through the ports. And even I remember he himself one time when I took my things to Ghana and the duty was so high, he was on television also crying. So a man like this, I think if he comes, or if he gets hold of the governance, he will be able to check all this, because something that he has cried full of before.
And he pointed out the Wyoming scandal or the Wyoming corruption.
A lot,
Yeah, so that is the positive side of Ken.
Yeah.
But fighting a Fiat Schwarzenegger.
Oh, yes.
Insulting people on television, live program.
Sometimes I say if he knew that he would have contested, maybe he would have checked one. But he is a human being. You understand?
We all err.
Yes. To err is human. You do understand? So if you think of the negative side of somebody and try to use it against him, that one alone wouldn't help. Look at the positive side too. He does a lot. And
we have times and seasons. So today you wouldn't like Mr. George, but tomorrow you just sit down and assess him, or the things that he's done so far, and vote based on that, and not what Mr. George did 20 years ago or 30 years ago. That wouldn't play so much.
Yes.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, Ken has a lot of, he's all out most of the time. And
as a party financier.
Yeah, not only that, because as humans, somebody will be an enemy just because of speaking the truth. Even his own children, when they have some secrets they don't want to tell you, they say, please don't tell that. If you tell that, everybody will hear. You understand? That is where sometimes he falls short, because there are certain things you have to keep it. But he goes out all the time. And I think that is where people will use against him. But to me, he is my best choice.
So the most hated person is the one that speaks the truth. And appointing a special prosecutor alone will not solve the situation of or that problem of corruption and mismanagement in Ghana. We need to do more. Final Voice TV. Just subscribe, like, and share. I'm going for a break. I'll be right back. NPP organizer telling you more about the things that NPP could do to break the 8. So we were talking about things that NPP could do. You want to add something?
Yeah, because there's something I can add. We have to engage everybody. They have to come together. As everybody knows that togetherness is what we need in the party. We should also forget about complacency, forget about apathy, and try to finance the communicators, because they are also working for the party and they need to be resourced. Finally, I will advise the government to be mindful of fuel prices. It takes a lot of role. It has a lot of role to play
in elections.
Because it's something that affects almost everybody in the country. So, if prices of petrol goes up, it affects commodity and services. And it doesn't help the economy too. So people use it as yardstick to condemn the government. So this is something that anybody watching me from NPP should not take it for granted. It plays a lot of role. Fuel prices.
You've been in Germany for over 30 years, as you said. Have you seen something like doomsday or blackout? Or if not blackout, you've seen the light, let's say, blinking, or let's say, as Ghanaians used to say, half current. Have you seen something like half current in your life
my brother, in
Germany?
My brother, we have something we call developed country and underdeveloped country. This is a developed country. That is where you can differentiate.
But you just mentioned fuel. And as you mentioned fuel, my mind was like, what about energy in general?
Quite true. But there are certain things we have not gotten up to. If you want to compare ourselves or the African or the Ghanaians to especially the Germans.
So Africans or Ghanaians have their own narrative. Is that what you mean?
We have it, and the government is performing. If you compare to the term of Mahama, former President Mahama, with the present term. I have been in Ghana on several occasions during this present government. There were maybe in a month about 3 or 4 light off, and it takes maybe 10-15 minutes and it comes back again. But during that time, 3 or 4 days, we had seamstresses and tailors who were changing from place to place. If light off is here, they will move your machine to this place. You understand? But if you want to compare to Germans, I have never experienced that before.
Oh, so let's talk about it. Okay.
Let me complete. If you put off my light, I have an agreement with you. For instance, I'm paying €100 a month to provide me electricity. Take it for instance, I have a small baby and I have his food in the fridge. We call it cook shack. And you put off my light overnight. I will sue you. Yes.
All right, so we're talking about systems. Policies. We're talking about planning, programs. So let's look at where we all live now, say in Germany, compared to Ghana. Do you think we need some kind of a system or policies, some kind of planning or programs as a nation?
My brother, let me say one thing. Our kids here are in the same classroom, on the same desk with the white people, the Germans, or if in UK, in the UK or America, Canada, all over the world. They are learning the same thing. You are also in here as a student, isn't it?
I'm a student, yeah.
You are doing your masters?
Yeah, masters.
And in your class, there are a lot of...
Several Germans. I study and play with Germans.
So it means all that they are studying is what we are also studying. So why is it that our system is not working? And most of the people who are at the realm of our governance, they came to study here. So why is it that when people go back, things become different?
That many of these ministers, appointees, were in Europe and in America and Australia, in South America to study.
Yes.
So why are we still facing challenges as a nation?
Yeah,
that is your point.
My point is, just behind me is where the former Bürgermeister is living. He lives in a very small house and sometimes he goes to work with a bicycle.
So in Germany, a Bürgermeister is like Ghana's municipal assembly.
Yeah, like MMC.
MMC.
Yes. Yeah, we have here where I am, we have about 50 to 60,000 population. You understand? And
It could be more than that if I check the internet. Fryson has over 180,000 population.
Some time ago, when we had 50,000, a lady who was the 50,000th person, yeah, she was honored.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I said.
So you're making reference to that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, do you understand? And the type of allowances and the conditions we give to the CEOs and the people at the top, it is too abnormal.
In Ghana?
In my sense.
In Ghana?
In Ghana. They have drivers, they have security men, they have garden boys, they have secretary, they have this and that. And one person alone, they are given free accommodation. But the country hasn't gotten up to that level. We are poor.
Free fuel for ministers and appointees. Appointees don't buy fuel.
This is where
they are being given coupons and they use V8.
This is where I don't understand. This is where I don't get it.
They are being given loans to buy cars.
This is that,
and you still go for loans from this abroad.
The loan that will be used to buy cars, that car alone can be used. The money can be used to make toilet for a community, or boreholes,
clinics.
A lot we can do.
Schools.
So my problem is, why don't they sacrifice? They have come to serve us.
All right, so we look at that. What will make the NDC not win power? What will make the NDC not win power?
For the NDC not to win power is the developmental projects that Nana Addo is doing. And in this case, our communicators should be able to sell the projects. This is something which will really help the NPP as against the NDC. The NDC they are propagandists. Yeah, they are populist party. So they always try to use a lot of means to win the elections.
But people believe that one populist policy is the fees in high school. NAPCO has ended, but you promised the youth of giving them jobs after NAPCO. And now some are still searching for jobs. So in terms of populist policies and which party is populist party, people think MPP is also...
Have you forgotten about cedar planting of trees in the north?
The journalist
to help afforestation.
Azuri, the journalist that covered that saga, has apologized.
So it means it is correct.
No, he has apologized that he really did not look into issues about SADA.
So it wasn't true?
I wouldn't sit on this channel to say it's not true, but he has apologized. Azure, this popular journalist.
Yeah, but the mere fact that he has apologized doesn't mean that it's not true. How can we use money to rear and confirm, and then the confirm will be flying to Burkina Faso?
But in this current government, the incumbent, fertilizers has also fled. The fertilizers have fled Ghana to neighboring countries. So which is which? Under the NDC, you mentioned guinea fowl. Under the NPP, they're talking about fertilizers not being found. Fertilizers that were meant for farmers in the north can't be seen. So which is which? What is the word for it, Mr. George?
There is too much corruption in the system. We have really accepted corruption.
As a people?
As a people. Because even when somebody becomes a big man, let me put it this way, and he leads a very simple life, people will say he's stupid. Yes. So, and one thing that I don't understand is, my God, how could we pay money, pay delegates 5,000, 7,000 per head? Look at the number of delegates before they vote for you. And then when you vote for him, maybe there are about 47 constituencies in Ashanti region alone. And if you want to become the Ashanti regional chairman, and there's 47 constituencies, for example, you go and give every constituency 50,000. When you win power, where you got the money from, you have to put it back. So automatically, you make sure that you have to get your money back. This is where I don't get all these delegates.
All right.
Because they are part of the problem.
All right. Meet Final Voice Show. Final Voice Show is what you're watching now. You can leave your comment in the comment section. Subscribe to this video or this channel. And like this video. I'm going for a break. When I return, we look at the Rollins factor in NDC. Does the Rollins factor still play a role in Ghana's election? Can the NDC bank on Rollins factor to win elections in Ghana? What Ghana do you, the viewer, wish to see? And what Ghana does Mr. George wish to see? I'll be right back. Yeah. So let's look at the Rollins factor. First, you used to hear the NDC using the Rollins card alone to win elections. Some kind of a trump card for the NDC. In 2008, it was a bit different. They were not relying on Rollins so much. Now Rollins is no more. Rollins factor, is it still relevant in Ghana's elections?
Rollins, do you hear about Rollins anymore?
Oh, but Rollins has a legacy. I mean,
even shortly before he parted, the party members, they didn't even want to see him. He was not recognized. He was put aside and chained. Yes, his own party that he formed on his own. Even the wife left the party to form her own party. So if you want to talk about Rollins factor, it doesn't play any role in the NDC.
As the wife left the NDC, the husband attended NDC programs. I mean, the evidence is there.
Yeah, because he is the founder. He cannot just leave the party like that. Unfortunately, he died. If he had not died after the elections, you would have seen what would have happened. Believe me. Yes, there was something in the pipeline, but only God knows. Yeah, that's why he took him, you understand.
Rest in peace, Chairman Rollins.
Yeah.
I take the cap for you. Ghana still remembers you, and we're talking about whether your name, your legacy, still plays a role in Ghana's politics.
Now, you know, one thing that I love about the Rollins, and one of his legacies is the PNDC Law 111.
PNDC Law 111.
That is the only thing that I really appreciate.
You think that made him popular?
Yes.
But if you mentioned electricity, and he was in rural areas giving them electricity. He carried cocoa at his back as a leader. Construction of roads, we saw him there. The videos are there for us to see as a leader, picking metals and wood to help construct roads in Ghana. We are here to see that kind of a leader in Ghana.
All that he did himself. It was a show off.
It was a show off.
Just to win the people. He will go to rally and then somebody will be eating corn. You will just go and take it to show that you and him, you are the same. But to me, it was just to show off, just to win the people. Do you understand? Mm. There are simple means or methods of winning people, or to show to people that, oh, we are at par. But in reality, you are not at par with him.
What about his style when you talk about probity and accountability?
That is where he erred most.
Probity and accountability?
Yes, that is where he erred most. Because it was on that ground that he came to power, killing people for apparent no reason. Tell me now, anyone that Rollins came to kill, all these people, tell me any of them where their houses are.
You mean there were some kind of excesses during his administration? Because you and I cannot pinpoint.
I'm asking you as a questionnaire that you tell me if you know of either a Agyapong, apart from a free farm who was having his own farm at Krobo in Mampong. Yeah, he was set up himself. He set up himself. All the generals and the military people that he came to kill. Tell me today any of the assets, and tell me what assets have Rollins. Even his wife is owning in Sawam Kanuri.
But property and accountability was beyond these personalities. You mentioned a Agyapong, you mentioned a Frifa. You can mention many names,
Akuffo.
but the property and accountability was beyond the three or these personalities. He looked at property and accountability.
Yeah, that was what he came to accuse them of. And that was why he killed them.
And later what happened?
And later he himself, he joined them. Because he couldn't beat them. So if you can't beat them, you have to join. NDC members, who is corrupt, more corrupt than them. And that is where Nana Akuffo has a problem with the Ghanaians. That is where he nearly lost during the last elections, because the way he talked, people thought he was coming to really check and balance, but
you mean the checks and balances are not working in Ghana?
It's something which doesn't work at all. If checks and balance works in Ghana, we have no problem. The only problem in Ghana is check and balance. Because you scratch my back, I scratch your back. That is what is going on in the country. If we'll be able to get hold of this, Ghana has no problem, because we have money. But the money is always going to wrong hands.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's talk about let the blood flow.
Oh my God.
In quote, let the blood flow, in quote. How was it like?
The blood flew in vain. It didn't. My God. People have to run away. Even people who have not been in governance before, who have set up their own businesses, they have to run away. I remember my old Yabuache. This man was at the Asante Hines Palace. I think he was his gold something, or what do we call it?
Blacksmith or
not blacksmith, goldsmith.
Mm.
Yeah, for Menchia. And the man had money. He didn't get his money from any position or acquired, or you understand. Opoku Transport, Buachi Mattress, Darko Farms.
Mm. The story out there is that these people were engaged in some kind of illegal business. Like they were holding mattresses and sardines and, normal things that people need.
Opoku Transport, who was a businessman who has his own factory dealing with timber. What can he hold timber?
It depends on what he was doing. You and I can tell.
And these people were helping us. I remember myself as a student, when we were on vacations, I go and work at Opoku Transport and Sawmills. Mm. Yes. And now we don't have all these things. After Form 5, I went to work at Opoku Transport and Sawmills. And I was happy that I was getting something at the end of the day, because I come from a poor family.
But there were some kind of businesses also working under Rollins. Why we don't know where those businesses not destroyed by Rollins?
You need to ask him. Maybe we have to dig his grave and then ask him, because there are certain things we cannot really understand why it happened that way. Because people doing their genuine business. Now we are trying to do 1D, 1F. Yeah? Just to get people to set up industries and businesses where we can get a lot of people, the youngsters, having employment, so that they can get something at the end of the day to feed themselves and their family.
So let the blood flow was irrelevant.
My brother. Only God knows. Only God knows, because to me, it was the most stupid thing we did in Ghana. That is something that I can beat my chest and say. Yeah.
So, your final submission, what Ghana do you wish to see?
I wish to see Ghana without corruption. Corruption is the only thing at the moment which is really taking our country back.
Aren't Germans corrupt?
The type of corruption we have in Ghana could be seen everywhere. Here, you won't see corruption like that, and if they get you, they punish you. So some years back, Uli Honis, he is a very rich man. He is the boss of Bayern Munich football club. Even of late, Boris Becker has been imprisoned. And Steffi Graf.
Boris Becker was like
he was
Meister.
No. He was a tennis star.
Oh, okay, tennis star.
Yeah, long tennis star who got his first Grand Slam title at the age of 17.
With so much money.
In 1985. You understand? He is now in prison.
In Ghana, we don't imprison millionaires.
Yes. So this is where we fall short. This is where we have to check. And because of you people, I mean, the educated elites. He attended school, Prempeh College, Opoku, Achimota.
My school, St. James.
Even if I went to sixth form at Konongo Duma Secondary School. If I see my schoolmate who has really done a criminal thing and I'm a judge.
Oh, old schoolmate.
You understand? That is the problem.
Old friend, family member, relative.
When such a or that it's raining car in Casa or warm fat.
Abafreta and Nagu says what?
These are all proverbs, sir.
But 2 minutes so.
Yanka. What you say? These are all things which doesn't help us.
So our culture,
yes, there's a culture.
The other has really affected us as a people, and that is why we're not being able to fight corruption.
Yes.
To the maximum.
Yes. Corruption.
So the Ghana you wish to see is the anti-corrupt Ghana. Ghana with little or no corruption.
In our system, if you are a poor man, you have no say. But, well, I have experienced something in Germany here, where I took the whole Munich airport boss, who is earning about millions of euro a year. I took him to court and I won.
In Ghana, that would have been difficult.
Never, ever.
Your case would have been postponed and adjourned for years.
They can even crucify you. Just because you have the effrontery to take the whole boss of your company.
And challenging the boss of the Munich airport, the Munich airport is like you challenging the whole status quo or a system.
Oh my God. Yes. So that is the system we find ourselves in Ghana. You know, you can never, you die try. You will not even think of. But here, you go and take a lawyer, and then they take the case to court. You can win.
Do you mind taking any position in the NPP, let's say in Ghana, as a government appointee?
Never. I'm old. I'm old. And sometimes I wonder why people after 60, 65 still want to take positions and work. It is pension time. People have to rest. Because you have worked all over the years and the time for you to rest. I know they get themselves so busy.
So if Nana Akuffo says become a minister, you wouldn't pick that position? Or any appointee?
It will never happen, so I will not even think of it. And even as I'm working now here in Germany, I'm working with tears flowing down my cheek daily, day in and out, because it is not allowed for me to rest. I have to work for the next 6-7 years. That is the law in Germany, 67 years. Had it not been the law, I would not work. My mates in Ghana who are having white collar jobs, they are all in their pension age.
The pension age in Germany is which?
67.
67. And that of France is 70 years.
You see? So that's why I'm still, because it's not easy to stay without working. You understand? You cannot live in Germany without working.
But your age mates in Ghana play draft, they get some beer, they unwind, and that is enough for the day.
But there is a lot they can do. There's a lot they can do. And I think some of them who are in pension at the moment, they are having their own private businesses. You understand? Because life should go on.
Mr. George, thank you so much for coming on Final Voice. We have learned a lot from you. Let the youth work. I'm too old to work.
Yes.
This is what you said on Final Voice, and we appreciate you so much. We'll be coming to your place, many times to learn from you.
Okay.
This is Final Voice TV. Yeah, this is
bless you.
You're welcome to my show anytime. This is Final Voice TV, your favorite show. Subscribe, like, and share this video. Leave a comment in the comment section. Goodbye.